Hello, I am Anthony with Fun Robotics Network. Today, I am with Team 14906 Leviathan Robotics. They have 7 of the top 10 scores in the state right now. They have one of the highest OPRs in the state, they're a sister team to Project Peacock, and they have a lot of unique things about their robot, going from their claw to their strategy and to their programming. We're going to talk all about that here on Behind the Box. So Max, why don't we start with the claw? What makes it so unique?
Yeah, sure. So this is our claw that we're using for the season. This is an open source claw that Project Peacock and Mousebit are using. It uses 2 servos, one to pivot and one to grab the samples or the specimens. This was designed by us and it's open source for anyone to use.
Thanks, Max. Ethan, why don't you talk about the arm?
The arm right now is a pivoting 3-stage Viper slide that we chose this over like the traditional transfer that we've seen a lot this season because it's simpler. It's also way more versatile. Like we can do scoring samples or specimens both pretty well.
How does the hook work for your climbing mechanism?
Yeah, so we basically go full 90 degrees parallel with the robot. I guess this is 180 degrees. And then we run into the pole that we climb on. It goes right here. And then basically with 1 second remaining, we pull up and then hang for the buzzer time. And then that's counted as a level 2 ascent.
Thank you, Max. Austin, I know you guys have been doing a lot with programming. What aspects of this robot are unique in that aspect?
So we have a lot of autonomous programs, and a lot of them are programmed in a new fancy pathing library called Pedro Pathing. It's smoother, faster, and more accurate than some others like Pedro or Roadrunner or some other custom implementations. And we have a 3+1, which is 3 samples and 1 specimen, and it will just grab from the ground and store in the bucket. We also have a 0+3, so 0 samples and 3 specimens. And that's pretty impressive considering this robot was not built to do specimens in the first place. And it shows how accurate you need to grab, and it's very impressive.
Thank you. So what are you doing with the arm and the encoders that you have on the arm?
So for our arm, we knew that using the relative encoder on the motor wasn't going to be enough because there's a lot of backlash in this arm. So we use a Robotics absolute and relative encoder, and we just use the absolute output. And we use a FTC lib PID loops on both the slides and the arm, which allows us to go way faster than normal random position and more accurate. It's very useful.
Thank you, Austin. So Max, with all of these in mind, what is your strategy? Because you guys are so versatile, what do you guys do?
Yeah, so we keep in mind our alliance partner first. We want to make sure that we're accommodating them and how we can kind of maximize our scores with our certain alliance partner. So since we can score about 7 to 8 specimens in teleop, and of course 0+3 in autonomous, we can effectively score specimens. And then for samples, we can score about 14 average in a match, which includes the 3 from the autonomous period. And so we're very versatile based on our alliance partner. And so if they are pretty consistent at doing samples, we'll just go over to our specimens. And so we are staying out of each other's way and can maximize the amount of points that we score in a match.
What driver enhancements do you have to make those cycles that crazy?
We are using controller vibration to help aid the driver in like knowing the time left in the match, which can kind of help make some of those quick decisions near the end of the game. And then I'm trying to think. I think it's pretty simple, so I think that's probably it.
Yeah, do you have a lot of toggles with your controller? Because you're doing so many things, and I think you're one controller, right?
Yes, that's correct.
So do you guys have a bunch of toggles for your controls, or?
Yes, yeah, kind of. So, everything is basically run to position, which aids the driver a lot, and not having to do the manual controls, which obviously helps with our cycle time, and it keeps the driver pretty calm without having to adjust, especially near an end of game where the score can be pretty close sometimes. So most of it's run to position. So the climb position, run to position, the scoring, the high bucket and the low bucket, and then our specimens grabbing from the human player station and also scoring them on the high rung.
Thank you, Max. So being able to do all of this, you need a fast drivetrain, and this drivetrain is pretty unique. Ethan, do you want to talk about it?
at you. This is our Ironsides chassis. It's the name of the robot, and we used this same chassis last season, which pushed us way above a lot of what we could have done initially, right? But it's a 312 motors on a 16 to 24 gear ratio. But the main purpose of this was to be, ultra modular and ultra versatile. And same in the way that we've been able to use this for Into the Deep and Center Stage. But we're going to continue to use this in the future for quick bots when season starts. And yeah.
Thank you. So I noticed with this chassis, you guys are not using the new Go Build a Grip Force mechanics. Do you guys plan on making another version of Ironsides that uses those?
Yeah, that's correct. So we're planning on using a pretty similar chassis, although it's a little bit shorter. But we're going to basically be using a very similar drivetrain with box slides on a pivoting arm, so we can minimize having to spin around when we're trying to cycle, whether that be specimens or samples. But yes, we do plan to use a grip force that will greatly aid in our cycle times and especially autonomous tracking as well.
With our new bot coming soon, this is going to be our Leviathan's first fully custom robot, and we're really excited to get it finished. We hit the ground running this season, and we're ready to go.
Ethan, Max, Austin, thank you guys so much. I think there's a lot that teams can learn from you guys, from your drivetrain to your arm and everything. This is definitely a top 20 robot as it is right now, and it's definitely one that we're going to see a lot more of. So thank you guys so much. And this has been Anthony reporting for Fun Robotics Network.